Alright guys, welcome to another all-time top 20 rugby schools, this time obviously for 2019. So, the end of another year means an updating in the all-time school rankings. Now there's a new methodology, and what I did is I listened to constructive criticism from the subscribers and I made the necessary adjustments. Now the new methodology meant new rankings. Now in terms of the methodology, in terms of the 2018 rankings which have been updated and the now 2019 rankings, they're all below. And you'll also get a full list of all the schools that I've basically analyzed. I think they're about 133 if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, we're focusing on the top 20 today, so let's get straight into it. 20th place, we have Brisbane State from Australia. Total points 126.75, means a ranking change of up by one place. In terms of 2019, they got 12.8 points with a 2019 rank of 30th. And in terms of the major points contributor, they had 3 Wallabies in the Rugby World Cup squad this year. 19th place, we have Mags from New Zealand. Total points is 127.33. They're up 3 positions this year, breaking into the top 20. And in terms of 2019, they got 15.20 points, which meant a 2019 rank of 23rd. The major contributor was having 2 All Blacks in the Rugby World Cup squad. Moving on to 18th place, and we have OTAGO boys from New Zealand. Total points 134.34. They dropped down by 2 positions. 2019, unfortunately, they scored no points. I'll be quite disappointed with that, which means they were equal for 89th in terms of the rankings for 2019. 17th place, we have Hamilton boys from New Zealand. Total points is 134.82. Ranking increased by 1 place. In 2019, they acquired 17.30 points with a 2019 rank of 16th. The major point contributors were having 1 All Black in the Rugby World Cup squad. And I think Hamilton boys will be quite disappointed by this because the New Zealand champion automatically gets 10 points. And I think everyone can agree they should have been New Zealand champions, but they went to Hastings that year. So that cost them quite dearly in terms of the overall rankings. But you can expect them to steadily increase their placing in the next couple of years. Very, very strong school this. 16th place, we have Wesley College from New Zealand as well. 136.05 points, up by 1. In terms of 2019, they only managed to get 10.60 points, which gives them a 2019 rank of tied 40th place. And the major contributor was having an All Black in the Rugby World Cup squad. 15th place, we have Wellington College from England. 146.54 points. They don't change in the rankings. They stay in the same position as they were last year. 2019 points, just 5.80, which means 68th place in 2019. And the major contributor was having 1 under-20 international for England. 14th place, we have Wellington College again, but this time from New Zealand. 155.84 points. They dropped down by 1 place. In terms of the 2019 points, 13.60 with a 27th placing for 2019. And their major contribution was having a 1 All Black in the Rugby World Cup squad. 13th place, we have Bishops from South Africa. They've dropped quite a bit this year, 160.22 points. They dropped down by 3 places, falling outside the top 10. 2019, they had 11 points, which gives them a 35th ranking overall, tied 35th. And the major contributor was having a Springbok in the Rugby World Cup squad, which was Francois Lowe. Obviously, that South Africa winning the World Cup, which would give Bishops 8 points for having a World Cup winner. So that contributed quite significantly to their 11 points this year. 12th place, we have Presentation Brothers from Ireland. They dropped down by 1 place with 163.75 points. 2019, 16.8 points. In terms of their 2019 rank, 18th place. And their major points contributor was having 3 Ireland schools international selected this year. 11th place, we have SEDBERGH School from England, and they're up by 1 place with 164.59. 2019 points, 18.3, and they were ranked 14th overall. The major points contributor was being England champions for the year. We measured that by the SOX league table, and I mean SEDBERGH have basically been unbeaten for a couple of years. I think they just recently lost for the first time in 3 years to MILLFIELD, if I'm not mistaken. So 11th place, SEDBERGH School from England. Now let's get into the top 10. 10th place, we have NUDGEE College from Australia. Total points 174.27. dropping down by 1. In terms of 2019, they had 16 points with a rank of 20th place. The major contributor was having 2 junior Wallabies, and obviously the junior Wallabies finished second this year in the Under-20 World Cup, so major point contributor there for NUDGEE College in 10th place. 9th place, MILLFIELD School from England, 177.3, down by 1 place. In terms of 2019, they had 18.40 points, which gave them a rank in 2019 of 13th place overall. The major point contributors were having 2 England World Cup players. Obviously, England finished second in the World Cup, which contributed quite significantly to their points total. 8th place, PAARL Boys, the biggest increase this year, 6 places they jumped up, 185.18 points. 2019, they actually acquired the most points out of all the schools with 43 points. And the major contributor was having 5 baby Springboks in the Under-20 World Cup. I think the Springboks, they finished in 3rd place, so they contributed quite nicely for PAARL Boys. 7th place, we have Auckland Grammar from New Zealand, 207.86 points. They've dropped down by 1 position. In terms of 2019, 10.6 points, tied for 40th with the WESLEY College, and their major contributors having 1 All Black in the Rugby World Cup squad. 6th place, we have St. Joseph's from Australia. They're up by 1 point, 209.16 points overall. They were only ranked 29th in 2019, though, with 13 points. The major points contributor was having 2 Australian schools internationals produced this year. 5th place, we have PAARL Gym from South Africa. They stay in the same position as last year, 213.73 points. In terms of 2019, 11 points, and they tied for 35th. And the major points contributor was 1 Springbok in the Rugby World Cup squad, who of course was Andre Pollard. 4th place, BLACKROCK College from Ireland, down by 1 place, 238.58. 2019 points, 7.20. They were ranked 17th this year overall. The major contributor was 3 Ireland Rugby World Cup players. I think Ireland and BLACKROCK will be quite disappointed by the World Cup performance. Naturally, you would expect Ireland to perform a little bit better, which would have meant, obviously, BLACKROCK's points overall total would have been significantly higher. 3rd place, PAARL from South Africa, up by 1, displacing BLACKROCK with 248.21 points. In terms of 2019, 42.60 points. Their 2019 rank was 2nd place. The major point contributor was obviously having 4 Springboks in the Rugby World Cup squad, which is very significant, of course, because South Africa won the Rugby World Cup this year. 2nd place, we have CHRISTCHURCH Boys from New Zealand, 289.77 points, stay in the same position. 31.80 points in 2019 with a 2019 rank of 5th place. And the major points contributor was having 3 All Blacks in the Rugby World Cup squad. 1st place, by quite a distance, Grey College from South Africa, 437.31 points. They remain in 1st position. In terms of 2019, 42.20 points with an overall rank of 3rd. And their major point contributors actually having 3 SA Schools players produced this year. And then in terms of, just for interest for you guys, the top 10 in terms of points for 2019, first was PAARL Boys from South Africa, 2nd ROOS from South Africa, 3rd Grey College from South Africa, then a surprise, Francis Douglas Memorial from New Zealand, 5th was CHRISTCHURCH Boys from New Zealand, 6th was St. Michael's from Ireland, 26.6, nice increase there for them, St. Ken's from New Zealand, 24.7, and then Fielding from New Zealand, 22.8. Southport School from Australia, nice increase for them, 22.5. And then, of course, Hastings rounding out the top 10 from New Zealand with 22 points. Thanks a lot for taking the time to watch this, guys. Really appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the methodology. I think a lot of you can agree there is an improvement on last year based on the feedback. It is by no means a perfect system, but it's the best I got right now. And obviously, I'm always willing to listen to more feedback from you guys. Have a great week further. Cheers. Bye.